Okay. So here we are, part three. You YouTube people are fucking probably pissed off at it by now. But anyway, so you were talking about the guy. What was the guy's name who died?
The one that died, well, they both died, but which one, the heart attack or the one that got killed?
I don't know. You're in the middle of telling me something funny because the guy I was on the phone with, I said, don't, he was having a heart attack. And I said, don't you fucking die until you pay me, motherfucker.
Carlos is a lieutenant.
I can't hear you.
The Carlos is a lieutenant. The
Okay.
cocky one, the one that was supposed to bring money for just one brick and brought the money for the 10 bricks.
Okay.
Okay. You know that there was a war that started territorial war between Cali and Medellin, right?
Where?
In the States. I mean, the war started over here, but it extended towards the States, right?
Okay.
Because Medellin would handle the East Coast, Cali would usually handle Texas and the West Coast, right?
Okay.
They would respect. But when Pablo started invading the West Coast, then Medellin said, "Fuck it, if he's selling over here, we're going back over there to the East Coast, right?" So there was, there was scuffle here, back and forth, and all that. On a trip that Mauricio made to Colombia, to Medellin, he was hanging out with one of the top guys from the Medellin cartel, right? And some guys from the Cali cartel got a hold of them, right? And Mauricio just happened to be there. Okay, this story was told to me by someone that was there.
Okay.
And because of everything that was going on, and they wanted some money stashes, they wanted some, you know what I mean? And they were, taking out the fingernails, you know what I mean? Cutting off a finger, and all this stuff. And Mauricio was watching all this shit. They had him tied on to a fucking chair.
Right.
And they were, with the shit to the balls. What do you call it? The electric shit.
Okay.
All that shit. Well, just so happens this dude, he left without saying a word. You know what I'm saying?
He died.
So the dude died without saying a word. Okay. So then they look at Mauricio, and then they, like when they do the how do you call it, the jumper cables?
Right. They're like, yeah.
Spark. They look at Mauricio and they do the little jumper cable. He goes, "No, not me."
He had a heart attack.
He said, "No, not me," and he died.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, this motherfucker, that's how he had Mauricio Quintero. I remember his fucking last name and everything. He was a fucking coward. He thought he was a badass because, he had all this backup, but he was a fucking coward and a half. You know what I'm saying?
It's amazing how these killers or people that order all these hits,
Yeah.
And without saying, some people have seen, you know what I mean? These people get grabbed, and how when they get picked up for ordering shit, you'd think they would go out like men. Yeah, I can't hear you.
They don't.
They turn to these big giant tough guys killing people, ordering hits, and they fucking beg like little fucking girls for their, they beg and beg and beg.
There's a story that we can't say through here, but once on the trip when some of the guys come that are interested, there's some stories that I can tell you about situations like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big tough guys, and then at the end,
it's easy to point the fucking finger and put a name on a piece of paper. And a lot of these guys that do that has never fucking popped anybody.
Never. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They've never
even held a fucking gun.
No. That's totally true. That's totally true.
So explain there was a war. This is interesting because there was a war between the Cali and the Medellin cartel on U.S. territory. Okay.
Right.
And over there. Okay.
And over here.
They're fighting over territory in New York. So Pablo's got lieutenants in New York. What areas? He's got Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens.
Queens, and I think the Bronx. He has some of the Bronx. Yeah, okay. Queens was the top area.
So I'm going to imagine he's got someone in at least the 5 boroughs.
Yeah, of course.
All of mob territory. He's going to have one guy in all of mob territory.
Exactly.
And Pablo's making a shitload of money on mob territory.
Totally.
I can't see the mob allowing that. Some fucking what they would call wetbacks coming over here making money.
Well, they actually came up to Carlos one time.
Okay. Oh,
they came up to Carlos Lopez, the Pablo's lieutenant up in New York. You know what I mean? They came, the one that I told you that went to high school with me, went to elementary school with me. You know, he was actually Pablo's lieutenant up in New York. I don't remember what family came up to him, but they sent Pablo a message, and Pablo sent one back. You know what I mean? Carlos came down to Medellin.
And, what was the message?
That they had to pay up. They wanted to work in their territory, that they had to pay up. You know what I'm saying? That's what the mob guys told Carlos. Says, all right, I'll relay the message, because they told him, tell you, I don't give a fuck who your boss is. Tell your boss this, and that. They didn't know who his boss was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he said, okay, I'll relay the message. He came down. He actually didn't come down to Medellin. He came down to Bogota, and they met at Gacha's ranch. Okay.
Okay.
Because Carlos worked directly with Gacha.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then, Gacha was Pablo's partner.
Right.
Okay. The Mexican. And he told him, they sent the message back. He goes, okay, you go back there and you tell them that we're gonna keep working as we are. And if they get involved and they come step to us, we're gonna kill their boss, their boss's boss, their boss's family, and we're gonna kill every one of their men. You know what I'm saying? And they can't do shit about it.
What shit about? Woo.
You know what I'm saying? And so Carlos went back and relayed the message. Guess what happened? They kept working.
They kept working.
They kept working.
That's some funny shit right there. I heard, listen, I had some beefs with guys before, and I didn't have to say much. And when you start mentioning Cartel,
yeah,
they kind of like, fuck, you're a sitting duck. The one I would have been, if I was, what was the guy's name? Carlos?
Carlos.
Yeah, he had to relay the message, right?
Right.
He had to be nervous relaying that message, because the Italians are stupid. They're fucking, all right, pop this guy. And if they wanted to send a message. But boy, what of a mistake that would have been.
Exactly. Hell would have broken loose. Hell would have broken loose. Totally.
Could you imagine if they popped fucking Pablo's fucking lieutenant?
Yep. Well, Carlos ended up getting popped, but not by the mob, by the Cali cartel. Cali.
How'd that happen?
And at a nightclub in New York, Queens. He was at a nightclub, and the war was going on. Carlos had made a hit on them, and they came back and retaliated. You know what I'm saying? They knocked them off at a club. I don't remember. I think the club's name was what was it called? What was it, like Candelaria or something like that? Spanish club? Yes, it's Colombian club. The Colombian club. Siboney. That's what's the name of the club. Siboney. And it was on Jamaica Ave, I think it was. No, Roosevelt Ave in Queens.
In Queens.
Yeah, they let him party. They scouted him all night. Towards the end of the night, they popped him in the club. With the music and all the shit going on. Everything, yeah, everybody going crazy. You know what I mean? Scarface type of shit.
I was just gonna say that right in the club.
Yeah, that type of fucking shit. Yeah, Carlos, I remember, man, he was a good dude. He was a good dude. I'm gonna tell you, I met him in fucking It was called Twin Lakes Elementary, Hialeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. And I couldn't believe this fucking guy. Like, damn, you know what I mean? How, little guy from Hialeah moved up so high in this fucking but I figured out his dad used to be in the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then his best friend Jose, which was they called him Chinito. He's from the States. Chinito's dad was partners with the Magluta guys.
Oh, okay.
And then that's how they mixed. You know what I mean? That's how it all came together. Pablo and them were tight with the Maglutas and them. You know what I mean?
So what happened after? Obviously, Cali Cartel popped them off. Was there any other? There's retaliation.
Yeah, over here, that was left and right. In the states, it calmed down because it got really heated up over there with the gunfire. You know what I mean? So the feds, the cops, they muscled up. You know what I mean? And then, but it heated it up even more over here. That's when Pablo escaped the cathedral and they were looking for him and all that stuff. That when Pablo went down, or when Pablo started acting up against his own people, that's when that all can't calm down over there in the States. So, and Cali practically stayed with everything. Medellin was still working, but at a lower level. And then they weren't caring. No one was caring anymore about territory or anything like that. If you worked, you worked. You had your own clients and everything. That's it. All that shit was over.
Because what's funny is the mob has that same fucking rule up north.
Right.
The different families, different territories. Down here in Florida, you got the same. Well, you had the same mob,
right?
But it was open territory. There was no, you're doing this. You're doing Dade County. We're doing Brent. No, that didn't happen. Florida was open. Now that's the way it should be. If you got to hustle, first come, first serve, right?
Exactly. And you got your own clients. Don't if it's your client, respect the the source, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's practically how it ended up, and everything calmed down. Once Pablo was gone, everything calmed down.
Now you got this new guy.
Yeah.
They just caught another. How many tons?
2 tons.
2 more tons.
Another 2 tons.
Now,
right here, close to us.
You think it was from him?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there was there've been like 40 arrests already because of that. They've been like they're shaking him down. His whole crew, the whole Gulf crew. And I'm actually surprised they've picked up like about 20 something people here or in the city where I'm at.
Really?
For that. Yeah, because we're coast. So the ocean is wide open. You know what I mean?
Now, I thought that message I saw today, I thought that the guy they just picked up when we watched load the fucking boat, I thought he's here in the States already.
Okay. The one, no. He's the one that they loaded up the boat for is the one that's going. Okay, right. The one that's in the States already, he's been in the States since 2017. Okay. He was this guy's boss, the one that just got popped.
Okay.
What happened was, since this guy turned himself in, because we can say that now, that he turned himself in, they didn't catch him. Yeah. Since he turned himself in, this guy, he's up in Brooklyn.
Okay.
He pled guilty.
Oh, because he knew.
Because he knows he's coming over there to.
He pled guilty real quick because this motherfucker
right away this week. Ooh. Yeah, he pled guilty right away. And this one, now Colombia here is fighting to keep this guy here, not to get extradited, because they want him. But he's already signed his stuff. He's already signed his agreement. He's leaving. He'll be in the States within 2 weeks.
Now, do you think about this? I'm going to pretend for a second I'm some Colombian connection, high government shit. Obviously, this guy had some pretty high connections in the government, the army, the military, and all these places.
Big time.
He's made a deal with the U.S. We know he's going to cooperate. The cooperation deal was signed before he turned himself in.
It's already started. It's been started.
Okay, so yeah, so he was cooperating while he pretended he was hiding, basically, right? That's why we watched the boat load 5 tons there, 2 tons now. He's got an agreement to go to the U.S. However, he's still in Colombia custody. What's my guess? He never makes it to the U.S.
The U.S. has to come get him quick because he's not going to last.
Because
he's not going to last.
If he talks, he's going to be talking on some high government officials.
That's why Colombia wants to keep him.
I got a feeling Colombia wants to keep him so he doesn't make it out alive. Colombia, I'm thinking Colombia don't want to keep him to prosecute him. Right. Colombia wants to keep him so a bunch of people don't get arrested.
So yeah, exactly. So you can shut him up.
They can shut him up.
They can shut him up.
So I'm guessing here he doesn't make it.
US is gonna involve United Nations. They're gonna involve everybody they can into that. You know what I mean?
This motherfucker is gonna be like, remember Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein was the child fucking pornography, and apparently there was some government people involved in this, and he's put in a cell under suicide watch. And you know how suicide watch is in prison.
Right.
You got nothing. Basically, if it's a real suicide watch, you don't even have your clothes on.
Exactly.
You got nothing. You're in a bubble. You're in a glass room. Okay, totally. Real suicide watch. This motherfucker's on suicide watch, and somehow is able to hang himself. You don't get sheets on suicide watch, and you're watched 24/7. So if you're trying to tie something up, they're watching.
They've got plenty of time to stop them.
And they got a direct view from the officer station. The officer station's here. It's not like you're on suicide watch down the hall. No, they're watching your ass, right?
Exactly.
Epstein, not only does he hang himself, but the officers that were watching him that day were new, brand new, and just so happened to not be at their station at the time.
At the moment.
At the moment.
Coincidence.
So I'm guessing this guy in Colombia thinks he signed this paper with the US, and he's going to talk on all these people in Colombia, and then get extradited quickly, go to the US, get in witness protection, get a whole bunch of Colombians extradited, and they'll make Colombia look really bad.
It'll look really bad, yeah.
They'll make him look really bad, right?
Yeah, totally.
And he's going to put wooden protection. He's going to get his YouTube channel, right? But if he gets now, what it does do is it makes the Colombian president look good.
Exactly. If he sends him over.
Well, he got him arrested. That's all he needed to do, right? Yeah. Handing him over to the state doesn't really make him look that good, right? Yeah. You're deporting. To me, you're deporting one of your own to the United States, right?
Exactly.
You got him arrested, and he gets knocked off in a Colombian prison. President looks just as good. President of Colombia looks just as good as if he had him extradited.
And he saves his whoever's dirty.
Because it's going to look bad for the president of Colombia.
Military and all that stuff.
It's going to look bad for the president of Colombia if this guy lives, and all this shit was done right under his fucking nose.
Totally true. Totally true.
So
totally true.
What do you want to bet?
I don't know. What do
I
we
already
bet?
lost $500 from the fucking last one. I bet he don't make it.
All right, let's bet the same 500. You know,
double or nothing.
Yeah, double or nothing.
This mother, he's gonna get something in his food, or listen, he'll catch COVID.
Well, yeah, and his auto defenses are so low since he was in the jungle.
Some shit like that is gonna.
He's not vaccinated.
Yeah, he's gonna catch some shit and fucking knock off, and that'll be that, and then it'll be it. Tomorrow's news. That'd be it. Oh, go so and so croaked in the blah blah blah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it out of Colombia alive. If he makes it out of Colombia alive, I would be shocked.
I need to keep them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
can't
see.
making
We'll
another
see in
day.
a couple weeks.
All right, my brother. Well, let's wrap this one up.
All right.
And I'll give you a shout back in a few
Okay.
minutes.
We'll see
All
what
right,
we
brother.
do. All right.
You got it. Yep.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Can't find that button again. All right, you motherfuckers. I can't see shit, so there we go.